To mark the 200th anniversary of the founding of the town of Greece, the Greece Historical Society presents a Bicentennial Snapshot. Each week we take a look at a particular aspect of Greece history. This week we consider King's Landing, the first European settlement in Lake Port west of the Genesee River. We are indebted to Helen Slocum, a descendant of the King family, for researching her industrious ancestors. Her book, King's Landing, A History of the First White Settlement West of the Genesee River in the State of New York, 1797, is available in the Greece Historical Society's reference library. In 1788, two land speculators, Oliver Phelps and Nathaniel Gorham, purchased 2,250,000 acres of land in western New York from Massachusetts for $1 million. In 1797, Gideon King and Zadok Granger bought 3,000 acres each from Phelps and Gorham for $10,000 and began planning their settlement. Many of the residents came from the town of Sheffield, Connecticut, hometown of Oliver Phelps. As in many agricultural communities, it was difficult to provide each child in a large family with enough land on which to make a living and provide for their family. There was only so much land to divide. Westward expansion offered opportunities for affordable land in large enough acreage so a farmer could prosper and provide for his family's future. So they made the trip west in covered wagons traveling through 300 miles of wilderness. Roads were non-existent except near forts. Trails were most likely Indian paths. A deed transferring land ownership from Oliver Phelps to 7 individuals was drawn up in Canandaigua, the Ontario County seat, and identifies exactly the plots of land that make up their individual acreage. Here are some of the signatures. Copies of the deed are available in the Historical Society's reference library. The original is at the University of Rochester Library. They were going to an undomesticated land. Here are the names of the prominent settlers of King's Landing. The Kings and Grahams were related through marriage, as were the Grangers and the Roes. Helen Slocum's hand-drawn map of the area of the purchase shows more detail about King's Landing. Thomas King, son of Gideon, moved about 3 miles to the west of King's Landing. As best as we can determine, he relocated to the Ridgeway Avenue and Long Pond Road vicinity, where he set up a gristmill and established the first orchard in Greece. This map shows the settlement in relation to today. Eli Granger kept a diary from which we are able to piece together what happened to the settlers as they cut roads, built a bridge over the ravine, cleared the land, built a wharf and a schooner, sailed to Fort Niagara with their first load of produce and wheat, killed rattlesnakes, and went about their daily lives. A full copy of the diary is available in the Greece Historical Society's library. Unfortunately, malaria, known then as Genesee Fever, decimated the settlement. Mosquitoes spread the disease, killing many of the founders of the community. It stifled further growth as some landowners canceled their plans to settle in King's Landing. By 1809, all the members of the original families who survived the incessant attacks of fever and ague had moved away, some to settle in other parts of Greece. This plaque, located on Maplewood Drive, summarizes the story of King's Landing. In 1807, 7 Hanford brothers renewed the King's Landing settlement and built a mill, hotel, and shipping center there. The old Hanford Tavern stood above Hanford's Landing Road. That road is still there and adjacent to Lake Avenue. It was built by Abram Hanford in 1809 and torn down in 1884. He was one of the 7 stalwart brothers who emigrated originally from Connecticut. DeWitt Clinton, who kept a journal while on an exploring tour in 1810 with the other Erie Canal commissioners, wrote, "We dined and slept at Hanford's Tavern, who is also a merchant and carries on a considerable trade with Canada." This tavern was also a rendezvous site for American soldiers and sailors during the War of 1812. This photograph was taken by James Angle in 1883. Thanks for joining us this week. Next time, we begin our coverage of the War of 1812 and its impact on Greece. This is Maureen Whalen inviting you to join us next Tuesday for another Bicentennial Snapshot presented by the Greece Historical Society.
Want to learn more from the Greece Historical Society and Museum? Then click that subscribe button for more content and hit that bell icon to get notified when there's more Bicentennial Snapshots. You can visit us on the web at greecehistoricalsociety.org. You can find us on Facebook at Greece Historical Society. You can follow us on Twitter at GreeceNYHistory, and you can stop in at the Greece Historical Society at 595 Long Pond Road.